it's Julia. I'm working on a thrifted sleeveless plaid today. It's buttoned down. Love the colors. I love the blue and I love this mustard color as well. And I want to do a bee theme on it, bee flower type of a design. I pulled out some things that I had, just fabrics and different things that I thought went with it and also were a bee theme. I love this. Someone gifted it to me, but I'm not sure what it is, if it's washable. And so I think I'm going to save it and not use it for the garment and save it for maybe a bag or a tote or something that's not washed as often anyway as a shirt would be. And like I said, I just pulled some things out. I love the denim with it because it does have the blue. So I wanted, this is just a pocket that I had cut off of a pair of jeans. So I think I'm going to use that. I want to put a patchwork design here, maybe throw a flower on there. And I also have this eyelet lace. It's just really pretty. And I thought I might put that at the bottom. This does have the vents, so I will stop it, on the sides and then continue it on the back. I do have this stencil that is a bee, and I might use it for a design on the back side. So we'll see how that goes. I'm just going to get started. I'm going to lay out my design on the front, probably just pin it in place. Some of this does have heat and bond light on the back side. I think this piece does too. So some of it I'll be able just to iron on. See how that goes, and yeah, we'll see what happens. I realize that this does not have adhesive on the back. It had a piece of just freezer paper. So I'm going to pin that. I am going to just finish pinning this, and then we'll be taking this to my sewing machine. Some of this I'm going to free motion stitch on, and then some of this I'll be able just to use like an applique stitch, or a zigzag stitch would work as well. For this bee, it is cut like this, and this too is, someone sent these to me. They're just the cutest little floral around the edge, and they were all cut shaped like this, and it's just going to fit. It's going to fit just right in here. The bee is going to be upside down, but I think that's kind of cute that way. I'm going to pin that into place, and this is going to get stitched right on here. The way I work when I'm thinking about laying these designs out, I like to put, something at the bottom on one side and then something little on the other side without overdoing it too much. So that was and I like to carry things throughout. And so on the back side of this, when I get all this stitched on, I think I'm going to work with that stencil and stencil this bee onto probably just a piece of muslin, like a natural colored fabric, and then just put it on as a square, maybe add some of this lace to it and maybe another bee. We'll see. I'm going to free motion stitch this floral motif on, and I do have my feed dogs dropped. I have my free motion foot on. The thread I'm using is just an all-purpose thread, nothing special. And I have a bobbin thread in my bobbin. Bobbin thread's a little bit lighter weight, and it usually comes either on black or white. And I'm just going to lower my presser foot and just take off here. I'm adding some stitches on the edge of each of these leaf shapes and also filling in some of the inside, just adding some interest, some doodles, some marks. I love hydrangeas, and I'm probably not doing this justice. I'm not going to go around every little petal here, but I'm just meander stitching in this just to have a lot of different stitches and keeps it down and keeps it in place, and but then adds some texture. I'm going to switch to my regular sewing machine foot now. Raise my feed dogs, and I'm going to switch to my applique stitch for the rest of this patchwork. And you can kind of see what it looks like there, almost like a blanket stitch or a buttonhole stitch. Now back up to the collar. I double folded over the first end of this lace that I'm going to sew around on the bottom, and I'm just going to edge stitch this side. It's finished off on this end, and then of course my hem is finished, so I'm just going to lay this, and I'm just going to use a straight stitch. And I'm just going to peek once in a while to make sure I've got it where I want it. I think this hemline is going to go right on this top of this edge of these hills that you see. And then folding this side under and stitching down. And I'm going to continue with the back and the other side of the front. I'm getting set up to do the stenciling. The stencil that I'm using is very old, and I know it's no longer available, but if I can find a bee stencil, like an Amazon, something similar, I'll link it down below for you. This stencil is a two-part. So you lay on this one first with the yellow gold color, mustard color, and then this is laid on top of that, and that is where the black detail is, or brown, dark brown detail. I think I am going to use black. I have Arteza fabric paint that I'm going to be using for this. I'm not sure, this is acrylic paint. I'm not sure why they call it fabric paint. I'm thinking that maybe the fabric medium is already in here. And what fabric medium does, you can add that. I'll show you here. Like this isn't a fabric medium that can be added to any acrylic paint to make it more washable. Another thing that I think it does is it makes it so that the acrylic paint doesn't feel as plasticky or as stiff on fabric. So that's some of the, just some of the information that I know. like I said, I'm not an expert, so I'm not for sure, but I have had really good luck with this. Again, if I can find it, I'll link it down below for you. But this is the Arteza fabric paint. And I have a mustard color here, yellow ochre, and this one's called Space Black. So that's what I'm going to be using. This is just a cotton muslin, just really lightweight cotton muslin that I'm going to be putting my stencil on. And then just a couple inexpensive little stencil brushes. I do have this little palette that is all full of paint, but that's how it goes. I'm going to be putting a little bit in my palette and then start with the yellow or the mustard color. When I stencil, I do like to start off on the stencil itself, just to get a little bit of the more of the paint off, and then just dab it. It really takes very, very little paint. I'm just going to scoop up some of this extra. I got a little bit too much out. I have it laid out on the back of my shirt, just getting it centered. I do have some Heat and Bond light that I put on the back of the stencil piece. The reason why I like to do that is it's just going to hold it tighter in place. And cause I don't want any wrinkles or anything, you know, on this piece. This does not have Heat and Bond light. This is actually just like a freezer paper on the back. I do that because it's easier to cut through the paper when I'm cutting out these little flowers. But it's not sticky on the back at all. And I don't mind that because I don't, you know, if there gets to be a little bit of a shifting on this, I don't care. It's fine. But I think I'm going to iron that right into place right here. I do like this piece of lace, which is the same lace that I have around the bottom, that I'm going to stick right on the bottom of this piece. And then the flower, I'm going to have half off and half on, and I'm going to stitch that into place. I am going to just go ahead and iron this and take it to my sewing machine and stitch it. I'm going to be doing very similar to this. I'll do the blanket stitch or the applique stitch around this piece. This I'm going to free motion stitch on, just kind of meander stitch. I'll share some pictures at the end. I hope you enjoyed this, everybody. What a quick little project, but I think it's going to be just a fun little addition. Have a great week. Bye for now.